from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Made an emergency landing on the North Spokane corridor is now back in the sky. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. It's 4:30. I'm Jordan Smith here. All lanes are now back open after an eventful afternoon for North Spokane. Here's Hunter Bertram with why that plane was forced to land on the highway in the first place.
Jordan, at 12:47 this afternoon, a small plane made an emergency landing in the middle lane of Highway 395. It's unknown at this time if there were any vehicles passing by. The plane took off from the Feltsfield Airport with 2 occupants. Inside was a trainee pilot and an instructor. The trainee pilot was the owner of the aircraft. Mid-flight, they thought they had ran out of fuel, prompting them to make an emergency landing. They had planned to land in a nearby field, but the engine shut off, forcing them to land on the highway because of a lack of altitude. But it turned out there was a second fuel tank on the plane that they were unaware of, which had plenty of fuel in the tank. Fortunately, no one was injured in the incident. Despite construction crews being nearby, none were close to the plane landing. Once Washington State Patrol conducted their investigation and the FAA was made aware of the incident, crews on scene worked out a plan of how to remove the plane. At 3 p.m., a mechanic from Deer Park inspected the aircraft, and once they were done, they took off from the highway heading southbound. Before its departure, they measured the highway and determined it was long enough for takeoff. In all, the Washington State Patrol told me this was a best-case scenario and gave kudos to the pilots who landed the aircraft safely and not injuring anyone else. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, certainly a unique story there today. Tonight, the streets of Spokane, downtown Spokane rather, will be filled for the nation's largest armed forces torchlight parade. And that means there's some street closures that you need to know about. Here's a look at the parade map and the route and the street closures that you'll want to be aware of. You're going to want to avoid driving or parking downtown altogether, from River all the way up to 1st Street and from Washington over to Post. Tomorrow is your last chance to sign up for a guaranteed spot in this year's Hoop Fest. So if you already have a squad, Sunday's the day to sign up for the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Beginning Monday, the 20th, teams will only be accepted on a space-needed basis. That is until June 2nd, when registration goes up to $20. And we made it easy for you to sign up. Just click the link ready for you on KXLY.com. Metal sheets now cover the concrete benches in the alcoves along the Monroe Street Bridge in an effort to make the bridge safer and cleaner for people passing by. Last year, Councilman Michael Cathcart championed a resolution to address the bridge's issues like drug use and illegal activity.
We want people to be safe. We don't want stabbings. We don't want people ingesting fentanyl. We don't want these sorts of things happening on this bridge. And with some very modest and low impact investments, we can make this safer, and we have.
Over the last 6 months, the projects to increase safety on the bridge, like these metal sheets, anti-graffiti paint, and improved lighting, have cost under $50,000. Once the money spills over, City Council will need to step in. Mayor Lisa Brown spoke to 4 News Now, saying she's in favor of new lighting and anti-graffiti measures, although she would not have supported the installation of the metal panels. And just a block away from the Monroe Bridge, the Post Street Bridge is finally reopening. Construction on the extensive repairs began 5 years ago, a project the city initially planned to take 2 years. The 1-lane northbound bridge will open the first week of June, along with the completion of the Gorge Loop Trail through the park and Kendall Yards. To look at the trail in its entirety, check out this story on KXLY.com. Meteorologist Matt Gray joined us here with your weekend forecast. Matt?
And everybody is looking forward to the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade later tonight. Well, it is not perfect weather out there, so we do have some things to address. You can already see, and you've likely seen over the past few hours, we've got some spotty rain out there, and actually just saw a couple floats go by here across Boone Avenue. So here is what we're going to be seeing for tonight. There is still going to be a chance of rain. The chances are on the low side, as you've likely seen if you've been outside at all this afternoon. These showers have been very hit or miss, and they haven't lasted long, so that's the positive if we do get a shower that pops up over downtown later this evening. But you should expect the highest chances for rain at about 30%, and so have something available just in case. Likely, though, once we get past, say, 7 o'clock, we're going to really start to see those rain chances drop off considerably. So my forecast for you is might be a little bit of rain at the start of the parade, but things are going to improve as we start to cool down through the night. Temperatures will be also cool, just as they've been through the entirety of the day, in the 50s with a light west-southwest wind. We just saw some heavier rain push its way through Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and in fact, this shower just worked its way through Post Falls, through Coeur d'Alene, is now working its way up past Hayden Lake and into the mountains here. We still got a couple of spotty showers. We got one right around the downtown Post Falls area, one on the east side of Spokane Valley. And once again, all these kind of moving in this general direction where I'm pointing my hand here, west-southwest at about 15, 20 miles an hour or so. So basically, the rain is very light for the most part when it comes over you, and it's not going to last very long. Your chances for showers for the rest of the evening. Now, let's talk about tomorrow, because there's going to be a lot more rain in the forecast, not just for Sunday, but also in the week beyond. I'll have your extended forecast coming up shortly.
Looking forward to it, Matt. Thank you. Now to some crime stories that we do want to warn you may be difficult to hear about. A man from Rathdrum was arrested in connection to the kidnapping and rape of a child over 20 years ago in California. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says Eric Ferguson was 29 years old at the time of the crime and allegedly used a gun during the attack. Ferguson is being held at the Kootenai County Jail right now, awaiting extradition to California. A violent sex predator who was arrested in Coeur d'Alene more than 15 years ago has been linked to the murders of 4 Canadian women. Their names are Eva Dvorak, Patricia McQueen, Barbara McLean, and Melissa Rahoric. Eva and Patricia, or Patsy as she liked to be called, were 2 14-year-old girls. They were found murdered under an overpass in February of 1976. 9 months later, Melissa Rahoric's body was found in a ditch outside of Calgary. And then in February of 1977, Barbara McLean was found by a dog walker. She was last seen walking alone from a hotel bar the night before. But a new scientific breakthrough helped Calgary police close the book on these cold cases a half a century later. Police and genealogists used the attacker's DNA that was preserved and recovered from the crime scenes to build a family tree, and they got a match to Gary Allen Serreri. It's a victory for police, but they say Serreri is likely connected to several other unsolved murders.
We know that Serreri's criminality spanned decades over multiple jurisdictions and numerous aliases. The Alberta RCMP believe there will be more victims.
Police are still trying to build a timeline of Serreri's time in Canada. He had 9 known aliases, which is why police think he was probably involved in far more crimes that have gone unsolved. You can call it reformation or redemption. A man who was once sentenced to life in prison without parole just walked across the stage to accept his degree from Gonzaga Law School. At the age of 14, Jeremiah Bourgeois shot and killed someone. He thought he would spend the rest of his life behind bars until the pendulum of law swung in his favor.
I happened to just get an opportunity to not die in prison and be able to use the skills that I have in my time to be able to try to change somebody's life.
It's a story he's been writing for more than 20 years, using the money he had for commissary to buy books and to take classes. Hear how he turned a life sentence into a law degree in Kirsten O'Connor's special report, which airs next Tuesday on 4 News Now at 6. 44 years ago, Mount St. Helens erupted, piling Spokane and much of the country in ash. That ash would travel as far as the East Coast. After the break, we'll revisit that explosion, plus what remains of the volcano today.
And we'll have your first alert forecast, where today we saw a few showers, but it's really just a preview for what's coming Sunday. And that's a preview, really, of what's happening later on this week. So we got some chances for rain that we desperately need around here coming up in just a few minutes.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by TourMosesLake.com.
From the beautiful craftsmanship of cabinets to the stylish looks of granite, quartz, and marble countertops, Northwest Granite has the staff and selection to help you transform your home, office, or cabin into the place of your dreams. Northwest Granite.
This is internet that's not just fast. This is like hold on to your eyeballs fast. Now with double the speed for the same price, only $19.99 a month. The fastest ever. Fast at the speed of last-minute recipes, series finales, teenage gossip, and destroying these guys. For the win. Do it all at once. Fast.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a proud plant parent? At Numerica, you'll find money answers just for you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
This year, make it a summer to remember and get your toys ready for the great outdoors from the pros at Snows Auto. Check out the best brands of stereos and professional window tints. 20% off at Snows Auto.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now, before the summer rush hits. At McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
Now to continuing coverage on the recent vandalism to Spokane's Pride mural. The U.S. State Department has issued a global security alert about potential terror attacks against the LGBTQ+ community. This comes 2 weeks ahead of Pride Month, which starts on June 1st. Officials are advising U.S. citizens overseas to be extra cautious about potential threats. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security issued a similar warning earlier this week. Just after 1 a.m. Thursday morning, video surveillance caught people pouring liquid on Spokane's Pride mural at the intersection of Spokane Falls Boulevard and Howard before lighting it on fire. That's according to the Spokane Police Department, which has not released that surveillance video at this point. City officials responded to the defacement of the Pride mural in downtown Spokane, calling it an unsafe and demeaning crime, urging the community not to be complicit in these hateful actions.
So if you know something or hear something, you got to speak up. Spokane, my friend, God bless you, Sandy, don't be Spokane nice. Call it out. This was hate, and we're going to call it what it is, and we're not going to condone it, and we're not going to support it, and we're not going to be quiet about it.
City Council member Zach Zapone says he's working with the Attorney General's office to create a hate crimes hotline here in Spokane County to make it easier to report these types of crimes. Previous damage to the mural inspired a new law that made targeted vandalism of public property a hate crime. However, that law does not take effect until June 6th. And many of you at home wondered who pays to repair the Pride mural. So we looked into it and to where that money comes from. The work is funded by the Traffic Calming Measures Fund, which is where your money goes if you pay for a red light photo or a red light ticket, rather. That money is usually used for things like roundabouts and curb bump outs, but the city launched a 3-year program where neighborhoods can apply to have a piece of intersection painted by a commissioned artist. The Pride mural downtown was the first one. Take a look at the map showing other traffic calming projects throughout the city here. Some projects include installing traffic circles, adding ADA ramps, and putting up more signage. According to the Office of Neighborhood Services, the asphalt art program takes up about 6% of the annual traffic calming revenue. To find the city's master plan for future traffic calming efforts and to see what other projects have been done, find this story on KXLY.com. On this day in 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted in southwest Washington, sending thick clouds of ash all across the country. Cities and towns of the inland northwest were buried in about as much as 6 inches of ash. 57 people were killed and 250 homes were destroyed, along with 47 bridges, 15 miles of railway, and 185 miles of highway wiped away. 44 years later, you can visit the massive crater for yourself at the Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument. The mountain is still actively monitored by scientists. The U.S. Geological Survey considers Mount St. Helens the most likely volcano in the Cascades to erupt again in our lifetimes.
And here's a look now at Spokane. Certainly a much different day than it was 44 years ago. I know there are many of you who were around at that point, certainly remember it quite vividly. I'm here to talk about something much more positive and something that we need desperately, which is rain. It has been a pretty dry spring in the inland Northwest, but luckily over the next 5 days, we've got a couple of systems moving in, and that means a great opportunity to pick up some rain, especially across North Idaho, where many places could see as much as 3/4 of an inch, and a lot of our mountains could pick up over an inch worth of rainfall. It's a little bit less optimistic in eastern Washington, but you know what? Any rain is good rain at this point in the year, with summer just around the corner. Now, we have seen a little bit of rain, but not really much to make a whole lot of difference here as we've gone over the past few hours. We will continue to see spotty rain showers through the rest of your evening, and more wet weather is on the way for Sunday. So the first half of the day, temperatures will be in the 40s, and our rain chances will only be about 20%. We'll show you the full forecast radar coming up in a second, but let's head now through the lunch hour and into the afternoon. This is when things start to go downhill a little bit, and when you definitely want to have that rain gear ready, as we're going to see things develop and move across the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area during the middle of the day. And then through the afternoon, through about 5 or 6 o'clock, we'll continue to see those showers, and yes, we may even hear a few rumbles of thunder through about 6 o'clock. It's going to be another cool day with temperatures only getting up to right around 60 degrees. It'll be drier and much warmer as you work your way to places like Moses Lake and Omak, where we'll be right around 70 degrees. We'll see some showers around the Palouse late tonight, and another round of sprinkles very, very early on Sunday morning in the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro corridor. But really, the party gets started once we get to about 11 or 12 o'clock tomorrow. Showers developing in the mountains, tracking to the south, potential for multiple waves of rain, and once again, a chance to hear a little bit of thunder as we progress throughout the day. And you can see once we get past 5 o'clock or so, things get a lot calmer. We may see one round of late night showers. Likely, though, that will be in North Idaho and in the Panhandle. Elsewhere, we should be drying out after about 5 o'clock. And then we have another big system coming. So Tuesday night and then through the day on Wednesday, looks like it'll be, well, about as soggy as it gets, at least for some periods of the time, as it does around here. Our temperatures will be on the cool side. In fact, for Wednesday, with that wet weather, only expecting to reach the upper 50s. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
No matter how he got here, how alone she feels, how they've struggled to support their best friend, what's important is this moment when they reached out and said, "I can't do this alone." And we said, "That's okay. We'll figure it out together." If you or a loved one needs support, our trained counselors can help you too. 988, anywhere, anytime.
$20 you miss. Yeah? Boom! Show me the money. Here's your check. A check? You're never gonna cash it. What are you doing? Depositing the check with P1FCU Mobile Banking. Bet you didn't think that one through, did you? Come on.
Get a free Ascend checking account with great benefits at p1fcu.org/free.
This is the greatest sleep innovation ever created. It's the patented GelFlex Grid inside every Purple mattress. Only Purple passes the raw egg test because only Purple conforms to relieve pressure from hips and shoulders while supporting your spine. Memory foam doesn't come close. Sleep on a Purple and get your best sleep ever.
Save up to $800 on select mattress and adjustable base bundles. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
If you've been thinking about remodeling your kitchen or upgrading a bathroom with a fun new look, right now is the perfect time to call Northwest Granite and Cabinets.
Northwest Granite and Cabinets is the premier shop for the best selection of unique granite, marble, and quartz countertop options, and can customize any unique look you need with a variety of options for any room in your home.
So, if you're looking to give your home a fresh new look this year, call Northwest Granite, the one-stop shop that does it all.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
We may still be about 4 months away from the start of the NFL season, but the Seattle Seahawks are projected to only have 7.5 wins, despite having the 8th easiest schedule in the league. Our Alex Rosenti joined us in studio. And Alex, does this mean there's a path forward for the Seahawks to make the postseason?
Yeah, well, Jordan, it's never too early to start hitting the panic button, but there certainly is a lot of dust to settle here when we look at this schedule, and we're going to give you some thoughts. I'm going to give you the best and worst things about the upcoming 2024 schedule. Let's start with the best. Seattle opens the season at home against the Denver Broncos, followed by a road game against the New England Patriots. Seattle should be better than both. I know Jordan's giving me quite the look right now. I know he's a Denver fan, but both those teams might be in for a rough season. Now, the Broncos and Patriots also have rookie quarterbacks. Seahawks could give them a nice, warm welcome to the NFL. There's a good chance Seattle starts the season with Mike McDonald, a 2-0 record. Now, the worst thing about this schedule, weeks 6 through 11, absolutely brutal. Seahawks have 5 games in that span, and 4 of them are against some of the best teams in the league. You got San Francisco twice, the Buffalo Bills, the LA Rams. Seattle's only saving grace is going to be the bye week on week 10, but those individual divisional games could be the difference between making the playoffs or sitting on your couch at the end of the season. Seattle's projected at 7.5 wins by Las Vegas. That will not be good enough to make the postseason. That stretch will be crucial if the Seahawks want to make a playoff push. Now to the NBA draft. The combine just wrapped up over in Chicago, and for the first time in 40 years, there's a decent chance there could be multiple Washington State Cougars selected. Now, one of the players that has seen his stock rise faster than anybody is forward Isaac Jones. He had earned a combine invite by balling out at the G League Elite Camp, but he has embraced that Wheatfield underdog mentality, starting his college ball at Wenatchee Valley before transferring to the University of Idaho and then eventually Washington State. Now, at the Combine in Chicago this week, he was listed at just under 6'8" and had a wingspan of 7 feet 3 inches, which ranks 10th among all the players in attendance. Now, his teammate Jalen Wells also had to go a bit of the unconventional journey to get to this point. He was playing at Division II Sonoma State this time last year, but is now popping up on many mock drafts. The small forward came in at 6'6.5" and has that ideal body you're looking for at that position. Now, none of the other numbers really popped up on the combine, but he should be just fine. According to national outlets, both players are projected as the second-round draft picks. ESPN has Isaac as the 57th ranked prospect, Jalen 1 spot behind him. And it's not every day that the Cougs and the Zags we're talking about in the NBA draft, but Gonzaga is going to have a couple key players to look out for. That starts with Michael Ajayi. Ajayi is transferred from Pepperdine to Gonzaga this last offseason. He's expected to suit up for the Bulldogs if his name doesn't make it into the draft. Now, Ajayi has until May 29th to decide he's coming back to school or going pro. If he does elect not to go pro, he will be an instant impact player for the Bulldogs. He was an all-WCC first-team selection and would most likely start for GU next season. Gonzaga is projected to be NBA top 5 team when the season gets underway. Now, forward Anton Watson does not have an option to return to school. He used up all his eligibility, and now he's looking to make an NBA roster. Watson did not get a combine invite, but he is reportedly has some workouts scheduled with a handful of NBA teams. He went through the pre-draft process last season, but did decide to return to school. Now, both Watson and Ajayi are ranked in the 80s on ESPN's big board. Ajayi, impressive combine, has him projected as a second-round pick. Watson also is projected to go undrafted, but they can still earn undrafted free agent contracts for Summer League. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Lyman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and my entire practice is dedicated to taking care of patients with knee problems. From ACL and meniscus tears to total knee replacements, I want to make sure you're ready for life's adventures. I'm here to help you master your knee pain and regain your active lifestyle. Visit me at the Orthopedic Sports Institute's new state-of-the-art surgery center in Hayden. Ready to take the first step? Call for a consultation today and let me help guide you to a pain-free future.
Call or click today and set up your consultation with Orthopedic Sports Institute.
This year, make it a summer to remember and get your toys ready for the great outdoors from the pros at Joe's Auto. Check out the best brands of stereos and professional window tints. 20% off at Snow's Auto.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
Hello, welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda.
Thank you. I've been coming here for years, and I've always felt just like family.
Our customers love how easy it is to do business with us.
We have Hondas for every budget.
Awarded Dealer of the Year and rated 4.7 on Google.
And we have some of the best pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and select pre-owned Hondas come with their lifetime warranty.
And all new Hondas come with the first year of free maintenance.
So which Honda would you prefer? Coeur d'Alene Honda with the nationwide lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you, or the other guys?
And don't forget about the lifetime warranty.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Fence Company.
Well, we are going to continue to keep a chance of rain for the start of the Armed Forces Torchlight Parade tonight. That said, the radar's at least starting to calm down just a little bit. So, hey, fingers crossed. Certainly not anticipating a washout like we've seen in some previous years. Here is your outlook here for the next 7 days. Definitely could get a little washout style heading into Tuesday night and Wednesday with our next storm system.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. Well, Dallas, OKC coming up right here. Enjoy the game.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact